Hello everyone, I'm Wes, and today for you I have a special guide about the minimap. First thing today, a big thank you to all the community to have supporting me because now we did reach over 100 followers on YouTube and also almost reach 150 followers on Twitch. Just before we start, I wanted to say a big thank you to Pencil, Paradox, Jax, and Naru who have all contributed on their own way to that guide. Now let's start. When you're starting a game, you will always start by building some houses, building your warehouse, and also setting your production of workers. Then you're gonna set up a rally point for your altar, and you're gonna wait until all your building are done to be built by your workers. Instead of waiting and losing your time, I'm gonna show you a way to get information about the map without sending any scout. It will allow you to be able to find the water and in the meantime the fish, and also to have an idea of how the map looks like. For the video, I'm gonna use the menu in the map F1, but when you're gonna get better with that technique, you will be able to do it with the minimap. You probably already noticed of the image you have on your screen is actually the trapezoid frame you have on your minimap. We are going to use that form to get our information. Now, you will notice that when I'm zooming out, the frame is getting bigger. That will allow you to scan the map faster, but it will be harder to get good information. If you're zooming in, the frame will be smaller. In that case, it will take a way more time to scan all the map, but at least your information will be more precise. Personally, I like to have it kind of in between. Like this, I can still pass through the map quite quickly, and also I can gather a good amount of information. Now, let's start to gather some information about the map, and after that, we're gonna go into the replay to see if I was right. For the video, I'm gonna use WASD to be able to move through the map because I don't want to hide the frame with my mouse, but you can do it with your mouse to go faster. You will notice of when I'm moving through the map, the frame is changing form. That is how we're gonna get information. Let's start with the top left corner. The frame is wide, which means we're at low altitude, but it's not equal. So let's go a little bit south, and there, the frame is perfectly formed and wide. That means there's water right under us. And because on the top left corner the frame is smaller on the right, I can presume if there's a beach on the right. So now, keep that in mind of a perfect large trapezoid form means that there is water at that location. Now let's go a little bit more south. You will notice of the trapezoid is getting smaller and even more smaller, which means we are in a zone of high elevation, and because the frame is almost perfectly formed, we can presume of it's a flat surface. Then by going south, we can see if we're losing elevation by the fact of the frames getting bigger. Then again, the frame's getting in a perfect form. So we can guess if there is a source of water close of the bottom left corner. So at the moment we got water on the top left corner, we got a high elevation on the left side. Then at the bottom left, we also got another source of water. Now that you understand the basics, let's check out all the map. Toward the right side, there is more elevation because the trapezoid is getting smaller. Then, if we're going north, it's gonna keep the same size for a little bit, then it's gonna start to get wider on the left and a little bit on the top, representing a lower elevation ground. And after that, from the middle north to the south, it's pretty much all elevated. Then a little bit more on the right is starting to get water again, but not extremely wide, so I guess it is just a low ground zone. Then going up, it was almost all elevated, and going toward the top right corner, I can guarantee you there's some water because of the perfectly formed and very wide frame. Then a little bit more on the right, you can see the frame is getting deformed on the right side, then after that on the left side, which means there's probably an island on the edge of the map surrounded by water. Then by going south, we still have a little elevation, then after that it seems to be low ground to finally come into another source of water at the bottom right corner of the map. So from now, that is how I see the map. On the northwest side, you're gonna find some water with a beach and a lower ground zone. At the bottom of that, you're gonna have an elevation place with a flat surface. Then if you're going southwest, is gonna be another source of water. From the north to the south in the middle is all gonna be elevated. On the northeast corner, there's gonna be some water with an island on the edge of the map. Then right under, there's gonna be more elevation, which is gonna continue by a lower ground zone. Then after that, there's gonna be another source of water. Now, let's check out the replay to see the map without the fog. So, on the top left corner, there was indeed some water with on the right side lower ground, then toward the south, the land is going into high elevation. Then, at the bottom left of the map, there's another source of water. Same thing for the top right corner with an island in the middle, but it is connected with shallow water to the land. And finally, the last stretch of water at the bottom right of the map, with another island I didn't notice at the edge of the map. For the land, there was a little bit more lower ground than I was expected. I was expecting more elevations, but still, I did notice the kind of cross sign of the high elevation is doing on the map. When you're playing a match, knowing where's the water for fishing, it's a huge advantage. Plus, knowing the landscape have many other advantages, as narrowing the area of where your enemy could be at, developing a strategy to be able to take control of the map. For example, if you have two continents with a bridge, you really want to take control of that choke point. And also, if you know there's an island on the other side of the ocean, you can send some workers in a boat to be able to gather all the resources. In War Simulation, all the maps are generated randomly, which means you're gonna never play on the same map two times. But there's still a logic way for the generator to create the maps. And so I have decided to run a test with the sandbox mode to be able to see if there was any type of map who was coming a little bit more often. And that is what I found. On the 50th time I did create map, the one who came the more often was a diamond shape. I call it the diamond shape because on each corner there's some water with some random landscape in the middle. Then we have the C shape, obviously by its form. We also have the islands. Then the split map, who are half water and half land. Then finally there is the bridge map, who are two land linked by one or multiple natural bridges. There was obviously other kind of map I did generated and some just random map, but those are the one who came the most often. On that, I really hope you enjoyed the video. You can follow me on YouTube. Also, in the description, you will find my link toward my Twitch and also toward my Discord community. Let me know if that guide did help you, and I see you in the next one.